Hey guys, it's Frank and Kevin from Cruising with Wheels.
That's right, we're back and we have another Q&A for you. Send us your questions.
So, thanks for sending in your questions, and these are the ones we selected for today's episode. What's the first one?
The first one says, good morning, I wanted to know, on Carnival Sunrise, can you bring laundry pods? Thanks in advance.
Well, if you really want to do your laundry, I guess you can, because, Carnival does offer, they have their laundry rooms where you can go in, and they've got their washers and their dryers, and I know they have their dispensers where they sell fabric softener and little laundry detergent. But if you want to bring your little laundry pods,
why not? Why couldn't you?
Yeah, why couldn't you? And the answer that we have heard from everyone is, of course you can.
Of course you can.
They love it, and they bring their own. Because, like anything at home, whether it's your personal body soap or deodorant, laundry detergent and what you wash your clothes with is a personal issue. So you have your favorites. Bring it.
So what's the next question?
Well, the next question is, can someone explain why you don't pay your cruise off early? I wanted to pay my cruise for the January 2020, and I heard you shouldn't pay it off until the last possible date that it's due.
So should I tell him the answer?
Yes.
Because we said so.
Okay, I think we'll have to reiterate a little bit more than just us.
So generally we don't pay our cruises off ahead of time because if there's a price reduction or if we need to cancel, right? So every cruise line is going to have a different cancellation schedule. You need to check with your cruise line to find out about that. But we never make the final payment until a day or two prior to final payment date. We always hold back about $200-$300 just in case the price of our cabin goes down. We can get the difference in cash.
And there's a lot of people like me that would be like, I just want it paid off. I just want to know it's paid. Well, we have the money and it's set aside, so it is paid. We're just not making it official yet because should the price go down, we want to get that.
Right, and very often what they'll do is you won't get the money back. You'll get it as onboard credit, or they'll give you an upgrade, and we don't want their onboard credit, and we don't want that upgrade because we prepay everything. So, if you want to pay your cruise off, pay it off. God love you, but don't be one of those persons that sits there and obsesses about the price going down if you've already paid it off, because you're only going to get it in onboard credit. And if you do what we do, it ain't going to do you a damn bit of good.
So there you go.
So the next question came in, and it's regarding Peter Max. And they write, what do people think about what's going on with the poor old man with dementia, the exploitation from his children, and Park West galleries?
Well, what do we say about? First, obviously, it's a sad situation, what's going on. But that being said, we have never been a fan, of Peter Max art. We just never have been.
But that being said, that ties into what's happening. Because we always said that anybody can paint like that.
It's funny, because when we would go on cruises, that's all the art gallery would push is Peter Max, Peter Max, Peter Max. And we look at each other and go, what are they getting a commission on every Peter Max they sell? And all throughout the art gallery, that's all you saw was Peter Max.
And what's funny?
And we're looking and we're going, I could paint that.
Well, what's funny about
my niece could paint that.
Is Frank, I've painted before. I painted some of the things in our house. Art pieces. And that art piece that was up in our dining room, it's very long. I started out painting that like a Peter Max, and it was looking like a Peter Max, and I said, this is ridiculous. If he can do it, I know he's a wonderful artist, and people love him, so we don't want the hate mail about that.
Right.
But we just feel like it's not our thing.
It's not our thing, and they're
they can be copied too easily.
Right, and this goes to now the story that he wasn't all these years painting all that artwork. That artwork was being duplicated, copied by other artists, and that the Peter Max you might own was not done by Peter Max.
And we should speak a little bit, since we're on this topic, about Park West Galleries and the artwork, and explain to everybody that there are different levels of artwork within that person's brand.
Right.
So let's not say Peter Max. Let's go to someone else, like Duev. Duev is somebody that I collect, or Picot.
Okay.
Because you know Picot. Okay, so we'll say Picot is an artist, and there's different levels of his artwork and different valuations on that artwork. Now, the most expensive piece of artwork is going to be obviously the original.
The original oil.
And that means that that artist painted it. Now, off of that, they do replications of it, and there'll be different levels. So there'll be like an embellished poster. There'll be a lithograph, a serograph, a celiograph, a poster. The poster is going to be the cheapest one, and it's not an original.
And you're going to see on these where it says this is 102 of a 400-piece run.
Right, which means that everybody has the same piece of artwork, and it was mass-produced.
Right.
And it's a copy of the original. Now, that being said, those lithographs, those seriographs, they do have value.
Right.
And what you should be looking for if you're going to start collecting those type of things is a lower number.
Right.
The lower the number, the more detailed and the more value that that has.
So maybe number 2 or 3 is better than 110.
Right, because the plates degrade. The more presses that are done, the more that the plate gets degraded.
As well as talking about, going on a cruise and going to the art auctions and thinking that you're going to get a deal and it's going to have tremendous increased value in the next, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years or whatever. People are, I'm going to invest in all this art. I'm going to make a killing in the art market.
Don't even get that out of your head.
Right.
The only reason you should buy art is because you like it.
Right.
Plain and simple. And if you don't believe me, go on eBay right now and look for anything that's marked Park West or Cruise Art, and you're going to see it's saturated. The market is saturated because people have thought that they can go on the cruises, buy artwork, and make a killing. Now, that being said, we've been on some ships where they have had some phenomenal art, some original pieces that have gone for a lot of money.
Right.
But generally, those would be purchased by art galleries or private collectors. And I'm thinking of that one we were on, I think it was an NCL Gem cruise, and there was a little tiny Rembrandt or Picasso.
One of the two.
I can't remember what it was, but it was like the size of a postage stamp, and it went for $25,000 or $30,000. It was just tiny.
A little out of our budget.
And that gentleman that purchased other pieces that he knew already that were going to be on that cruise ship for a private collector, and his bill was like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And I remember when I went on my first cruise,
You'll make money on those.
Way back in the day, and there was someone in the audience. He was on his phone with his art gallery, and he was purchasing artwork for the gallery. Yeah, he had a big old bill,
So what's our next question?
Well, the next one is I'm going on the Carnival Magic.
Ooh!
in November. And and then the following year, the Carnival Conquest. We've been on
that.
We haven't cruised Carnival in 4 years, but our surprising family on the Conquest. Well,
how
good for
nice.
you. Is the Faster to the Fun Pass worth it? Now, for their particular sailing period, they're going to be charged $89.95 for their cabin because it's a per cabin thing. And they want to know, is it worth it?
Well, I think that you should watch our Faster to the Fun video first to find out exactly what you get with Faster to the Fun.
Right.
And also how it works, because Faster to the Fun is limited to a certain number of passengers, and they release it at various times, right?
Right.
And if you don't catch it, you're not going to get it.
Right.
So you got to keep watching
Only
for
so
it.
many people can avail themselves
And
of
you
it.
know, I noticed on our notes, Frank is nice enough to do the notes for all these videos. So thank you, sweetie. You put that it is worth it, but because you say yes.
Oh, well, it's worth it
So-
if you feel it's worth it.
Yeah.
And that's the key. So if you look down that list of what is offered and you say, oh, priority boarding, priority this, get into that, first in that. If you feel in your heart for
That
your
it's worth
family, for your vacation, that for you, the person who wrote this, for $90, you can get first, then yes, it is worth it. Now, if we're looking at this, we're going down the list. For us, it might not be worth it.
Right. So for some people it is worth, and some people it's not. And
my worth and your worth are different.
right.
So it's up to you to check it out.
The next question that we have is another question. Sorry. So they must have asked us other questions. And then they laugh out loud. I'm wondering, when taking medication on a cruise, does it have to be in the original prescription bottle, or can you separate it out in a planner, like a medicine
Daily
container?
planner like we use.
I've watched several videos, and it seems there are multiple directions on this. I'm going on the Carnival Liberty and need to know if anyone has any advice. So we get this question all the time. And, you know, the thing is it doesn't matter to have that prescription bottle unless you are taking a controlled substance.
Right.
And then the next question we'll get is, what's a controlled substance?
So now,
if you're taking a controlled substance, you know you're taking one.
Now, we have with us, we have our daily pill planner. We bring it with us. It has an AM side and a PM side, and we sort our medications. But I do take a controlled substance, lorazepam. And I take that before I get on the plane, but whatever kind of traveling happens for me, that's a controlled. And when we say what is a controlled medications need to be in their original prescription bottles from the pharmacy. A controlled substance is generally a drug or chemical whose manufacture, possession, or use is regulated by the government. So my lorazepam is a control that's regulated by our government, and you don't want to be caught with any kind of controlled substances. If some reason your luggage is checked or whatever, and say, well, what is this? And they're looking at it and go, is it lorazepam? That's a control. Can I see your prescription for this? Otherwise, you look like you're what's
trying to import drugs into the country, but they know, the officials know. They have like a sheet that has a picture of the pill and that it's a controlled substance, so they can match your pills in that container to
So my levothyroxine for my thyroid, your lisinopril, atorvastatin that you take, those are not controlled substances. They go in our pill planner. But anything that's controlled, and again, Google it, look it up, and see if what you take, and again,
or you can ask your doctor.
Ask your pharmacist, ask your doctor. You should know whether it's a control or not.
So what's the next question, Frank?
The next one is, just booked another NCL Western Caribbean cruise. Woohoo! Roatan is on the list. Harvest Caye, Costa Maya, Cozumel. It's a Halloween cruise. We've been on a Halloween cruise.
That sounds like the NCL getaway.
I know. Was thinking of maybe taking a drone to get a few aerial shots. Has anyone ever taken a drone on a cruise? And if so, did you run into any issues about flying?
Okay, here we go. The big answer is going to be no, you're not allowed to bring a drone.
No.
Now we know this answer because we travel NCL all the time and we do a lot of filming.
Yeah.
So the NCL Corporation has a stance, and frankly, a lot of the cruise lines have this stance: no drones allowed. But I want everybody to think about something over and above cruising, because some of them will allow you to bring the drone because they let you use it off the ship. But what happens is when you board the ship, they confiscate the drone, and then you have to check it out from the security podium or whatever when you're getting off.
I need my drone now, please.
I want you to consider something. What you've listed off: Roatan is in Honduras, Harvest Caye is in Belize, Costa Maya is in Mexico, and Cozumel's in Mexico. They're all foreign countries. They may have rules and regulations that you might not be allowed to use your drone. Or with airspace, right?
Exactly. In this day and age,
do you want to take a chance?
When you're talking about terrorism, are these foreign countries going to allow you to fly drones? They don't know what you're doing. They don't know that you're taking aerial shots. It's not only can I bring it on the cruise ship, it's if I get by the cruise ship and it's stored and they let me off, will the country at your import allow you to use it?
Right. And so what we usually say is leave your drone at home. You don't need to bring it. You're going to have plenty of things to do on your cruise other than taking aerial shots.
Right. That sounds like a song. Leave your drone at home.
Oh my gosh, there's more questions.
Yes.
So the next question is, what is an NCL Latitudes member? Now, we know NCL pretty well. You know what a Latitudes Rewards member is?
Well, the key word is rewards.
Rewards, right.
It is NCL's rewards program. When you book your first NCL ever cruise, you are automatically enrolled in what they call their Latitudes Rewards program. You become a Latitude member.
Now, the first cruise you go on, you won't have any status. Now, a lot of the cruise lines do it differently, but you know what I'm noticing is there are quite a few that you'd have no status that first time you're on.
I'm a nobody.
When you get home, you'll be considered bronze.
Right. You have completed your first cruise, and then boom, you're in the first tier.
And then it just goes up from there. You'll go to silver, and you'll go to platinum, or gold, excuse me, and then platinum and platinum plus, and ambassador.
With Carnival, weren't we red on the first?
We were red on the first cruise,
and
that denotes that we're newbies.
And then it was blue on the next one?
Oh, no. It was
blue, then red?
Blue, then red, then we were gold.
Okay, yeah. So they have color codes, or they have gems.
And some cruise lines, your card will be different.
Right.
Like on Carnival, that was perfect. On Carnival, our card was blue. So if anybody saw us, they knew that that was the first time on Carnival. But NCL, they just print it very discreetly, right? But they have different cards for suite guests.
Yes.
Where you can see, I got the teal shells, and you've got the peach-colored card.
Or, oh my God, they're Haven.
Yeah.
You just whip out their card, that's a Haven card. Ooh.
But that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, it's all about, like anything else, whether it's your local grocery store, your local department store, everybody has a rewards program.
I love the next question.
And so you earn all those benefits.
I love the next question.
I know. I remember the last one. We're going to have fun with this.
The last question we got was, I have to just give give a statement here. This is all about
Is this-
our opinion.
Is this official? Is this the official
Yes, it's the
statement?
official statement. It's all about our opinion. So we don't need the hate mail about it. It's going to be our honest opinion on this. And they wrote, what do you think about the old-time activities on cruise ships, like shuffleboard, trivia, the hairy legs contest, the hairy chest contest, the match game, and the dance contests? And,
What did I write? The answer was?
we hate them, and we think they're hokey.
Yeah, I mean, come on. And I like the part of the key part of that question. What do you think about the old-time activities? Yes, they're outdated. They're old. Come on. I can't believe, I'm sorry, in this day and age of cruising, where they have made all the innovations in activities and entertainment and food and whatever.
They can't come up with something
We're
better.
still doing a hairy chest contest? We're still doing a hairy leg? I mean, come on.
Now, if you haven't seen, here's a shameless plug.
Shameless.
If you haven't seen our recent video about how cruising has changed over the last 40 years, what is there? A link above.
Yes.
So check that out.
I mean, come on. The days of,
seriously.
let's go to the cha-cha lessons, and then, let's play shuffleboard, and let's go to the bridge tournament. Come on. That's hokey. So those cruises and cruise lines, if you're catering to that, because I guess you have a traditional 60-year-old plus clientele, then I guess that's what they're used to.
You know what I think of when I see with the hairy leg contests and
the movie?
Yes. I think of
Dirty Dancing.
Yes. At Kellerman's da 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 da.
Yeah, I mean the 1960s. Yeah. I mean that's what it reminds me of. But this is in the 1960s or 70s. We're almost going to be 2020.
I know.
So come on, step it up. And
we're not going to name names, but there are certain cruise lines that still have these activities. Now, trivia, I'll go, because
we like trivia
was in there. We like trivia. Yeah. Trivia's okay, and shuffleboard, that's okay too.
But
as far as those hokey, the match game,
the husband and wife.
I hate that.
Oh my God.
The newlywed game.
What would your husband say is your favorite thing to do at night?
It's really
oh my God.
cheesy. It's
Jeez,
cheesy.
come on.
So I don't know. And
hokey.
Lord love you if you love him.
I know.
That's fine.
We don't.
I personally,
tacky and hokey.
I don't mind the dance contests, but I like the dance contests that are with the performers.
Right.
The actual entertainment staff that does them. Like we were just on The Getaway, and they did that whole dance show. That was great, and that was a kind of a dance contest concept. I just, if I'm gonna watch dancing, I want to see professionals.
Right.
I don't want to see Ma and Pa Kettle
learning how to do the
cha-cha-cha.
Right.
But I digress.
Yes.
I digress.
All right, we're done with that. We've
We'll
made
get
our
off the
statement.
soapbox.
I know. Well, hold on. Oh, I hear the keyboards going at it for people who are already typing up the hate mail. We're hateful because we don't like the hairy chest contest. Or the hairy leg. Nobody wants to see anybody's body parts. I don't care how hairy or not hairy you are. And as a side note, we want to give a shout out to two lovely girls whose special mom sent us this beautiful picture. Okay? Big shout out to Faye and Alana.
Hey, girls.
Hey, girls. Hope you're doing well. Mom, you are awesome.
We want to thank everybody for joining us today for our regular Q&A. And we want to remind everybody that if you have a question that you want answered,
send it in.
Send it in. What's our email address, Frank?
Send it to cruisingwithwheels@rochester.rr.com.
Now, as we've been talking on this Q&A, I've rolled in a couple of our social medias where you can also contact us. But it's also at the very end on what's called the end card. That's where you can subscribe if you're not a regular subscriber, and you'll see a suggested video. But until next time, we want to remind everybody to always
travel safe
and cruise often.